I flashed Marty's channel.
The right man, you rockin' peppers, smell the feet. Got the squad rolling deep, can't stand on their feet. The fear on the grip, hands in the dough, funny pot. Sticky fingers, palm luggage, the block stay hot. Cyraxx, shadow boxing, swinging at the air, undefeated in delusion. Reality don't care, Jupiter creeping, got the whole crew shook. But the rhymes got a band from the book, Josh Block got the hell. Bottle in his clutch, captain of a ship that's been sinking too much. Over Navy Wildin', can't step to the throne. Marty drop the mic, let them reap what they've sown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Thanks for coming by the channel again today. We are coming at you live for the first time from the Lone Star State, Texas. It was a hell of a drive to get here, but the setup is already looking a lot better, so hopefully within the next couple of days as I work out the kinks, the production value of the show will go up a little bit. On the other hand, what hasn't changed is there has not been a lot of updated Cyraxx news lately. So we're going to be focusing on a specific aspect of Chance's misery today and analyzing a couple clips of his interactions with police and law enforcement in general. These days, he's constantly talking about how, oh, the police are on his side, and he's got some secret buddy who's an officer who's gonna, knock down WordBoi's door and drag him kicking and screaming to the county jail, but in the past, it was always him getting in trouble with the police and none of his trolls, so today we're going to watch a couple clips of him crashing out at the local PD, the FBI, the CIA, pretty much anybody with a badge. And why not start with one of him wearing the famous Burger Boy shirt?
So, I'm making this message, or this video, as a very clear message to Officer Walter of the Akron PD.
God, this is going to be a hard watch just because of his beard in this one alone. How did he pre-spit in it before he even started yelling?
To back the fuck off. You are a corrupt piece of shit. And you wanna know why you're a corrupt piece of shit, motherfucker? Let me tell you why. You took your job from being professional to personal hatred towards me. Which, if my memory serves me correctly, you can lose your job over that if you proceed to try to come after me.
See, Chance, for your memory to be serving you correctly here, whether it is or isn't, you would have to have known how the law works in the first place. And as somebody who has quoted both the 4th Amendment and the 14th Amendment as being the right to pursue happiness, I don't have too much confidence in your legal expertise.
Okay? Oh, and by the way, that law of indecent exposure does not apply to YouTube. And you want to know why it doesn't apply to YouTube, motherfucker?
You want to know something, Chance, before you tell us why it doesn't apply? Sometimes, even if you can find some legal loophole, it doesn't make you sound any better about what it was that you actually did. If you have to explain to people, not that, no, you didn't expose yourself, that was a lie, but yes, you did expose yourself, but it was technically legal because of some loophole that you discovered, you've already lost. You're just not in a good place to begin with.
Let me tell you why. Do you know how many motherfuckers do worse shit on YouTube than me? On a given basis, on a daily basis? There's a lot worse shit out there than what I've done. Okay? I did that shit simply to shut Marty down.
So that's how the law works now? If other people have done worse things than you, then you're allowed to do it? Can you imagine if I was stealing from a store and they caught me and I was like, well, no, this doesn't count because this is only $200 worth of stuff and you guys got robbed for like $500 worth of stuff a few days ago. That makes no sense.
Back before me and him had an agreement that he would leave me alone and I would leave him alone. We had an agreement. So you going about doing this shit, I could have your job yanked from you real fucking quick, Officer Walter. Really fucking quick. So I suggest, if you don't want to lose your fucking job, you back the fuck off and you leave me alone. I don't give a fuck what kind of proof you have. You cannot touch me. I know the law is better than you do, boy. Yeah, it may be illegal for indecent exposure, but motherfucker, there's worse shit on YouTube than what I did. So sit your fucking ass down.
I know the law better than you, and I can't get in trouble because there's worse shit on YouTube than what I did. How can he, look into the camera with at least one of his eyes at a time and make a claim like that and think that it holds literally any weight for anybody ever?
And shut the fuck up. Because you can't do anything without a warrant. I've not been charged with anything. So if I were you, I'd back the fuck off before you lose your job. Because if you do try to come after me, I will show the proof of you making it on a personal level, which is illegal. You can lose your job over that. By having Marty do shit for you, yeah, that's illegal. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, section C17 of the Akron Police Department's handbook says that none of you are to collaborate with Music Biz Marty under any circumstances. It's clearly written in the bylaws, so this Officer Walter guy fucked up. Should have read the handbook.
You can lose your job over that. So, Officer Walter, unless you want to lose your fucking job, leave me alone and back the fuck off. Matter of fact, if you want proof that I left YouTube, ask around. I left YouTube, and I have no plans to come back to YouTube at all. Not because of what's been going on, but because of the fact that YouTube is not in a very good state of anything going on right now.
He's off of YouTube not because he's been kicked off for indecent exposure multiple times, but actually because he just doesn't want to associate his success with a failing business like YouTube. I would almost believe that these broadcasts were coming to us from an alternate dimension. I really would.
YouTube's in a very fucked up place right now, and I have no want or need or desire to be on there. So like I said, Officer Walter, if I was you, I would back off. Because you're this close from losing your fucking job if you try to arrest me. You try to arrest me, I will have your job yanked. And I can and will do that. Because you're having
He really talks like he's connected or something like that. He's gonna call his people and have your job yanked. Chance is acting like he's a mob boss in Akron and he can just pick up a phone and make a phone call. He can get police reassigned. He can have politicians removed from office. This is a man who can't even go to the grocery store to get his own Hot Pockets. His grandma and her social security check have to do it. He acts like he holds so much weight in the community that he can influence government employees' policy making. Alright, Goblin, whatever you say.
Marty work for you, which is illegal. You're taking something professional and making it personal. You're not allowed to do that. That goes against what you're allowed to do. And like I said, Officer Walter, I get that you don't like me, but guess what? I don't care if you like me. I left YouTube like you told me to do. You fucking dumbass, I fucking left. Oh, and by the way, you cannot come after me for making this post, because guess what, motherfucker? Freedom of speech. Can't fucking touch me over that shit, motherfucker.
It's amazing that Chance wants to be an advocate for freedom of speech whenever somebody says that he said something wrong that he shouldn't have said or did. But then anytime somebody says something bad about him, all of a sudden Chance Esquire comes out and he's going to come after you with a civil suit about slander and libel and all this other shit. Like, in his mind, any right, he only has that right. And any law that could be applied against somebody, it only works against other people. He's exempt from it.
It's freedom of speech. I am simply stating facts. I am simply stating what will happen if you try to come after me. I will have your job yanked from you. Because I can and will do that if you proceed to try to come after me. Because like I said, you having Marty work for you? No, that's illegal. That's corruption. So how do you think the judge is going to see it? How do you think the DA is going to see it when they find out that you had somebody who I was not okay with, who, like I said, I made an agreement with that if he left me alone, I would leave him alone. And I've held up my end of the deal. I've not once attacked him. I've not gone after him. If anything, I defended him this morning, telling him that the people that are in his chat don't give a fuck about him. That they're just there to start shit. And that he needs to find another way around all the shit and actually try to do something else other than go after people for a career. And if anything, I defended him. Like I said, Officer Walter, you think that you know the law? You don't know it the way that I know it. Because you seem to forget.
Yeah, Chance, nobody knows it the way that you know it, because you know it in a way that's very uniquely wrong.
My uncle is a retired police officer himself.
Oh, we can add police officer stolen valor to it. He's stealing he's stealing the credit of people who were in the military, people who were first responders, musicians, race car drivers, sound engineers. Anything that he thinks is cool, he thinks he can somehow claim, like, to be a part of that community himself, because at some point in his life he tangentially knew somebody who was maybe associated with it. No community of any kind wants to be affiliated with that scabby little head, especially not people who are supposed to keep people safe.
And I've spoken to him many times about all the shit that's going on. Matter of fact, I just talked to him a little bit ago. And he said the same thing, that you doing that is illegal all across the board. Whether it's here in Ohio, whether it's in Oregon, no matter what the state is. If you're doing that shit, that's illegal. You can lose your job over that, Officer Walter. And I know who you are. You're that motherfucker that had that whole Yoda thing going on, that do or do not shit. I know who you are. You're the officer that can't stand my ass because I called you the fuck out for not doing your fucking job. And ever since then, you've had this disdain hatred for me. Well, I'm sorry. Okay? Like I said, if you go on YouTube, you'll find way worse shit on there than what I did. Far worse. Don't believe me? Go on there and look. Pay attention to chats. Dig around. You'll find way worse on there. Which is why I left.
Imagine if you could make that argument in court, like whatever you were being accused of, you could just be like, hey, look, other people did worse stuff. First of all, not even is that not relevant at all, but then what if the judge was like, well, do you have proof of other people doing worse stuff? And he was like, no, you got to do your own research. What am I supposed to do, everybody's job for them? You got to look up some chats and look up some videos yourself. That's not my job. Like, it's your own defense, Cyraxx. You can't make it other people's problem.
YouTube's going in a very bad direction. And as I said, I have no want or desire or need to go back onto YouTube ever again. So, Officer Walter, I'm going to give you an ultimatum. Right here, right now, I'm going to give you an ultimatum. You either A, leave me alone and stop having Marty work for you, and I go back to living my normal life. Or B, you can come over here, you can arrest me, do whatever, have me go in front of a judge, and this, that, and the other, and I can expose you for the piece of shit officer you are, and I can show them that you set all this up from the very beginning. And I can show them that you basically told Marty what to do. And I don't think you want to lose your job. So, Officer Walter, I'm telling you right now.
Chance loves threatening other people's jobs because he knows they can't make the same threat back to him. He's got nothing to lose.
Leave me and my family alone and we won't have any fucking problems. I don't care what kind of fucking proof you have. I don't give a fuck what kind of proof you have. I really don't fucking care. You can say that I did this, say that I did that. So fucking what, motherfucker? Like I said, there's worse shit on YouTube than what I did. Officer Walter, don't...
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I also feel like I should toss out there. I don't think there is. I don't think there's anything on YouTube. I don't think there's anything on any social media platform worse than Chance's Little Goblin. For all the Goblin research that I've done and all the lolcow research in general that I've done across like any of the cows, even on disgusting ass Kiwi farms with the crazy shit they have on that website, I don't think anything rivals some of the images of Chance Wilkins that exist out there. So I can't even though the premise of his argument is bullshit as it is, I can't even let him get away with that. No, there's nothing worse out there than your Goblin picks.
Don't fucking tempt me to sue you, because I can and will do it. Don't fucking test me. Now, with that being said, Officer Walter, like I said, leave me and my family the fuck alone. And I mean it. Leave us alone. Otherwise, I'll gather up all the proof that I need and show them what you've been doing, and I will be showing the courts what's been going on since day one of 2017. Not only will your little plan backfire, but the people that have been involved with going after me all these years will be locked away as well. So like I said, Officer Walter, if I was you, I'd back off real fucking quick. Because I'm not the one to fuck with. You might think that I'm stupid and that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yes, I do. Especially when it comes to egotistical assholes like you. So, Officer Walter, my best advice to you is leave me the fuck alone. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not going after anybody. Back off. Okay? Otherwise, your job is going to go bye-bye.
Well, not 24 hours after Chance was threatening to make other people's jobs go bye-bye, suddenly he was worried about the spotlight being shined back around on him. And if I were him, I'd be worried about that too, because we saw the low T incident. He does not look good in direct sunlight. So in this next clip, he's on the defensive talking about why he can't be arrested for the stuff that he did to Marty.
What's up, Twitter? So, according to Akron PD, I'm committing all these horrible crimes. Well, I'm about to explain to you, Officer Walter, why you cannot hold me accountable for the crimes I've committed on Marty's panel. Here's why. 1, you failed to do your goddamn job. I called y'all out here to try to solve this shit. Y'all failed to do your fucking job. The first time I called y'all out here to try to resolve all this shit before it got this bad, y'all failed to do your jobs. You sat there and you said, like, oh, you know, we need names and stuff. And you know what's funny? When I tried to give y'all the names, when I tried to give you guys the names, y'all didn't want the names of the people.
Yeah, because when you give police officers names like Music Biz Marty and William Gloryhole, it's hard for them to take that seriously, Chance. God forbid the police want, like, any identifying information about the people that you're saying are committing these so-called crimes.
Y'all sat there and said that you don't need them. You don't need them. But yet, every time y'all show up out here, y'all are like, well, we need their names. We need where they live. I tried to give that to you guys, but yet y'all refused to take it. Which ultimately led up to me doing the crimes that I committed against Marty out of pure fucking desperation. Because you refused to do your motherfucking job. And if the DA tries to pursue it, well, guess what? I'm gonna sue the fuck out of them as well. Because I cannot and will not be held accountable for the shit that I did to Marty Stream when I had the opportunity many times to fucking stop Marty and his little goons from what they were doing. Especially when I got shot at in real life, when a brick got thrown through a windshield, when our car was being attempted to be stolen 3 different times, when our house got vandalized multiple times, when the back fence to our garage got torn down. Y'all had multiple chances to go after these motherfuckers. But did you? No, you did not. Not once did you ever try to go after those people. You guys sat there and you left me and my family to fend for ourselves.
Well, to be fair, Chance, the Akron Police Department doesn't even handle things as seriously as PDF files, so if they're not even going to get somebody like you off the streets, yeah, they're probably not going to take care of somebody attempting to quote-unquote steal a fence.
Which led up to me swinging that bat at that motherfucker that showed up on our property.
I love how he constantly admits to everything that he did because he thinks that he has some type of legal justification for it, but actually you're just confessing on 50 different types of media.
Which led to me flashing Marty on his own fucking stream to get him shut the fuck down. And you can sit there and say that ignorance of the law isn't an excuse. Bitch, yes the fuck it is. Especially when you leave me and my family to fend for our fucking selves.
He's claiming ignorance of the law after the fact, as he 24 hours ago said that he was such a scholar on the law that he knows more than the cops.
The Akron justice system failed me. Failed my family. And then when my stepdad says that he's seeing people out here, y'all sit there and call him fucking paranoid. So, if y'all think you're gonna fucking arrest me, think again, motherfuckers. It ain't gonna fucking happen. Cause if you do try it, I'll sue the fuck out of every single one of you motherfuckers. Cause you guys fucking failed. You failed to do your fucking job.
And you failed to actually injure anybody with that bat. You failed to actually win any of the fights for anybody who showed up to the Lloyd Street house. You failed to understand the Fourth Amendment. If we're just listing people's failures, Chance, we could go on all day about you.
All you had to do was make one phone call to these people's places where they live, or get in contact with YouTube, or send it to the proper people and have them get in contact with YouTube to get their numbers so you can then tell these people to fuck off and to leave me and my family the fuck alone. But you didn't want to do that, did you? You couldn't be bothered with actually doing your motherfucking job the proper way. When I got shot at, y'all sat there and said that you weren't going to do shit about it. Y'all sat right there and said that you weren't going to dig the bullet out and try to find these people.
So at the time, he was making the claim that, like, they needed to get a forensics team up into his disgusting attic room to start looking around for the bullet that was shot at him. And then later on, when he couldn't even find it himself, he was like, well, the bullet must have been made of ice, and it's since melted. Even after all this time covering him, I never cease to be amazed by what a fucking idiot Chance Wilkins is.
And y'all got the fucking reports. Y'all know you fucking do. Not to mention, I have undeniable proof of y'all motherfuckers mocking me behind my fucking back, acting unprofessional as fuck. So I don't think you want to go toe-to-toe with me.
Chance, you literally can't even keep your own spit in your mouth. It's leaking out of your lower lip and it's giving me a stomachache looking at it. I don't think you have these powers of intimidation that nobody wants to go toe-to-toe with you. The only reason anybody would hesitate to fight you is because they didn't want to catch whatever diseases you have.
I don't think you want to try to pursue this shit, motherfuckers, because if you do, you're gonna get sued the fuck out of. So, Officer Walter and to the Akron PD, back the fuck off before I do like I told y'all I was gonna do on Marty's stream and sue the fuck out of you. Contact the chief of police, contact the head of detectives, contact the head of the FBI, and get a hold of every news and newspaper outlet in Ohio and expose the fuck out of you guys for not doing your motherfucking job.
He really thinks that it would be so easy to garner the attention of the head of the FBI. Does he understand the types of issues that, like, not even, like, I think it would be difficult for your average civilian to get the attention of, like, an individual low-ranking FBI agent. But to actually get the director of the FBI to handle a case, he really thinks he can just make phone calls to people and they'll just answer. They'll be like, "Oh my god, are you Chance Wilkins, famous musician, also known as DJ Shadowblade? How can I help you, sir?" Mind-boggling.
And you don't want that kind of look. You guys already look like fucking shit as is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my opinion of the APD is not that high because they do a terrible job of catching PDF files, so I actually agree with you, Chance. I think they need to do their jobs better as well. I would even support an increase in their budget to help them get more of these PDFs that are running around Akron. Do you support that, Chance? Are you on board with that?
Officer Walter, if you are working with Marty to try to get at me, back the fuck off, motherfucker, before I have your job yanked. You think that I can't have your job yanked? Fuck around and find out, motherfucker. I can and I will do it quicker than you can say fuck my life, boy. You may be an officer, but I'm the motherfucker that you failed to protect. By you failing to do your motherfucking job and leaving my family to fend for ourselves, that led to me doing desperate shit.
I never want to hear him do his tough guy, I'm a fighter, I'm a street fighter act again, because nobody with any self-respect would ever be like, "You failed to protect me, no one will help me, how am I supposed to defend myself without the police?"
That led up to all this. Now, had you done your motherfucking job the right way, none of this would have ever happened. Had you done your job the right fucking way and told these guys to back the fuck off to begin with, I wouldn't have gotten shot at. Well, I probably would have, but...
He can't even stick to that narrative. I wouldn't have gotten shot at. Well, I probably would have. Like, what? So what are you mad about if it wouldn't even have made a difference?
That person that shot at me would have been caught. I wouldn't have done the shit that I did, and none of this probably would have ever fucking happened. So if you think that you're gonna sit there and hold me responsible for your guys' failure, you're full of fucking shit. You're fucking full of shit. Oh, and by the way, if you think that me yanking your job is a threat, nah, motherfucker, that's a goddamn promise. Y'all sitting there saying that ignorance of the law ain't an excuse. In this case, it is, motherfuckers, because you guys, the Akron Police Department, have failed me and my family multiple fucking times. Y'all told me to leave the internet. I did that. What happened? I got attacked in real life. We called you guys for help.
Well, he's skipping steps here. He didn't just disappear off the internet for months on end and then somebody showed up at his house and beat him up. He pretended like he was off the internet for like maybe 18 hours while he was still active on alt accounts. And then he went back to his main account. And then he was on that for like a week straight doing all the same shit that he always does. And then Aware of Myself showed up. So nothing that he's saying actually tracks with reality.
What'd you do? Nothing. So like I said, Officer Walter, if I was you, I'd tell y'all's motherfuckers that you're talking to about pursuing this shit, I'd tell them to back the fuck up and back off. Cause right now the Akron PD is my fucking bitch. I got you motherfuckers by the goddamn balls.
If they're your bitch, why do you need them to protect you? I don't understand.
And I can easily make you look like fucking shit. I can easily make y'all look like shit. All it takes is one phone call to the chief of police.
So make the call, Cyraxx. Just make the call.
And your captain.
If you had the option to end this all with one short phone call, why are you making 30-minute streams about it multiple times a day? That seems like more work for less payout.
Not only that, it only takes one phone call to the head of the detective department.
One phone call to the head of the detective department, the head. He's truly running on like Windows Vista.
The head of the FBI department and every news outlet and every fucking newspaper outlet in Ohio to come down on your motherfucking ass. Because let me tell you right now, if you want to arrest somebody, arrest Music Biz Marty. Arrest his fucking ass.
What's his name? Where's he live? What did he do? You can't tell us any of that.
Because he's the one that started all this shit to begin with. He's the motherfucker that started all this shit to begin with. Like I said, had y'all done your fucking job, I wouldn't be in this fucking situation right now. Had y'all done your job, I wouldn't have acted out of fucking desperation. I wouldn't have done the shit that I fucking did. I wouldn't have gone the route that I went had y'all motherfuckers done your goddamn job. You guys, the justice system, fucking failed me and my family. I did what I had to do. You know, there's an old saying. Sometimes you gotta do the wrong things for the right reasons.
Well, there's an old saying in Texas. They got it in Tennessee. I know they got it in Texas. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. And I think you should think long and hard about that one, Cyraxx. I think you might be able to learn something from it.
I did the wrong thing for the right reason. I flashed Marty's channel to get him shut down because he's one of the motherfuckers that's been bullying me for the last 7 years and doing all these attacks on me and my fucking family.
So he's just admitting it again. Imagine, like, bullying usually only happens in school. I don't hear a lot of adults complain of bullying. So can you imagine if you were, like, in the principal's office and they were like, hey, can you tell me how you exposed yourself? And the kid was like, well, it's because I was getting bullied, obviously. Like, I don't think that's an obvious response to that.
I did that shit out of desperation to try to make it fucking stop. Because I didn't have any other motherfucking choice but to do desperate shit to make it fucking stop. So if I was you, Officer Walter, I'd back the fuck off, and I'd tell the people that are probably gonna try to pursue it to back the fuck off too. Because if they try to pursue me, I will sue them as well. Because by trying to come after me, you know what you're saying? You're basically saying that it's okay for these motherfuckers to do what they're doing to people like me. You're saying that it's okay for these guys to bully people because they look different. You're saying that it's okay for them to commit the crimes that they've committed against me and so many other fucking people. That's exactly what you're saying. And I'm fucking tired of it. So you need to tell Marty to back the fuck off of me and leave me the fuck alone. Matter of fact, why don't you do your fucking job and tell WordBoi and William and all these people to back the fuck up and back the fuck off and to leave me the fuck alone.
That is a local police department's responsibility now. Internet censorship against people who don't even have real names. Absolutely insane work.
Why don't you tell them to leave me the fucking hell alone? How about you do that? Instead of sitting here trying to go after me for a fucking crime. A crime that I did out of pure fucking desperation to try to save my own ass from being attacked even further.
A crime that I did. He just can't stop snitching on himself.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you get off your fucking lazy asses and actually do your fucking job the right way for once? You know what's sad? I'm not even a police officer and I can do your job better than you can.
Chance, you literally can't even keep your own shit in your own pants.
Hold on, y'all. What the fuck is going on? Oh, God. Diarrhea all over the place.
How are you going to tell people that you would perform their job duties better?
And you want to know how I know that? Because unlike y'all, I wouldn't sit here and do the shit that y'all are doing. I wouldn't make a family fend for themselves. I'd dig into these motherfuckers that are bullying that family and try to find out what the fuck's going on and try to put a stop to them bullying that family.
This is just like how he talks about how people should donate him money, because if he was rich, he would give money to poor people. Chance, it's easy to say that you would do a bunch of great stuff if you were ever in a position to do that stuff, but you never will be because you're an attic-dwelling goblin. You don't even go outside. So this idea that like, oh, well, if I was ever in this situation, you won't be, so it doesn't matter.
That's what I would fucking do. But instead, you'd rather sit there and let my family fend for ourselves because you don't want to do the paperwork. You don't want to make the phone calls. Well, guess what? That's what being a police officer entails. A lot of paperwork and a lot of fucking phone calls. So like I said, Officer Walter, You want this to end peacefully? Tell Marty to leave me the fuck alone, and you have my word that I won't do that shit ever again. You have my fucking word that I won't do that shit ever again.
I don't like when he puts his legs and his feet in frame. Sometimes I forget that there's parts of him that exist below, like, his upper body, because that's all that's usually on camera, and somehow the lower half of his body is often more disgusting than the top half.
But if you don't tell him to back off and leave me alone, and you continue to try to pursue me, well, guess what? It's gonna be your motherfucking job that's getting yanked. Because the way you're acting is very unprofessional, and it's very illegal what you're fucking doing. So like I said, Officer Walter, if I was you, I'd back the fuck off real quick, son. Because I'm not the one to tangle with right now, boy. Because you and I both know that I'm telling the goddamn truth. You and I both know that I am telling the truth. You guys left me and my family to fend for ourselves when we reached out to you guys for help. We reached out to you for motherfucking help, and what'd you do? Left us stranded to fend for our goddamn selves. Which ultimately led me up to doing the shit that I did. Not because I wanted to, not because I thought it was cute, not because I thought it was funny. It was out of pure fucking desperation, motherfucker. So you know what you can do with those handcuffs? You can take those handcuffs, shove them up your ass, and go fuck yourself.
You know, he's always telling other people to put items where the sun doesn't shine. He's the only person that I know that's ever done that stuff with a stylus or a fidget spinner. It's like it's always on the brain. He's always projecting it onto other people.
Because you ain't laying a goddamn hand on me. And anybody that tries to pursue it or have me handcuffed, they can go fuck themselves too. Because I'm not about to go to jail for some shit that I did to fucking defend myself. I did that shit out of desperation because you motherfuckers failed to do your goddamn job. You're supposed to help people, and you didn't help me or my family one fucking bit. Instead, you sat there and watched all this shit go down for 7 fucking goddamn years. 7 years you sat there and laughed and watched as me and my family fell further and further down the fucking rabbit hole of being harassed, attacked, shamed, and bullied every fucking day.
You see what you're doing to me now, Marty? Every day you make me want to do this and I'm sick of it.
For the last 7 years. It's funny. We came to you guys for help when all this shit started, but yet, it's funny. You guys chose not to do anything. Y'all sit there and say that it's civil. No, it ain't. It's fucking criminal. When they took this shit to real life, it became criminal, motherfuckers. It became fucking criminal.
And his evidence of that is because he said so.
When they started throwing eggs at our house. When they set off glass bombs in our yard.
Whenever he says they set off glass bombs in our yard, he's referencing the fact that one time in the morning he went outside and there was some broken glass in the yard that he didn't recognize. Which, like, have you seen their hoarder house? The dilapidated mess that is their yard, and he's gonna act like he knows the new broken glass from the old broken glass? Okay, Cyraxx.
When they vandalized our house. When they threw a brick through the windshield of my mom's car. When they shot at me. When that dude showed up in that face mask. They put our family in danger. They made that shit very, very personal and very fucking dangerous. But yet, you chose to do nothing. Therefore, Officer Walter, if I was you, I'd fuck off and leave me the fuck alone. Leave me and my family the fuck alone. And you can tell whoever's trying to investigate this shit to come after me, they can fuck off as well. Because if they pursue it, it's gonna be their job as well, because they'll be backing the motherfuckers that are doing the bullying and doing this shit that caused all this in the first fucking place. So like I said, Officer Walter, you need to tell your colleagues and whoever else you gotta tell that unless they wanna be sued by my family for millions of dollars, for all the fucking years y'all fucking put us through hell, all the times that y'all didn't do shit, unless y'all wanna look like fucking shit, I suggest you back the fuck up and you back the fuck off. Cause you ain't about to put me under arrest, motherfucker. You ain't about to put me in handcuffs for defending myself, for doing what I needed to do to protect my family. I don't know about you, motherfucker, but I'm old school. You do whatever you gotta do to protect your family, right or wrong.
And sometimes what you gotta do to protect your family is whip your goblin out on camera with a bunch of people watching. At the end of the day, really at his core, Cyraxx is a family man. He's a provider. He's a homemaker. He's not going to let anything bad happen to Sally, like getting strangled or getting her toe broken or anything like that.
And let me tell you, I'm not about to stop protecting my family now. I've never stopped doing it, and I'm never gonna stop protecting my family. Now, like I said, if you'd like to squash all this, we can squash all this right here and fucking now, bro.
Imagine trying to make a backdoor deal with the police officer that you've been threatening online.
And we can squash all of it right here now by you leaving me the fuck alone, by you leaving my family the fuck alone, and going after Marty and all his little fucking friends.
That's a really one-sided deal. He has to leave you alone, not pursue you anymore. He has to actively pursue a case against people whose names you don't even have. This seems like a lot, Chance. I don't know if you're a master negotiator.
Outside of that, I am telling you, you're not gonna lay a hand on me, and I'm not going to jail because of the shit that you guys failed to fucking do. You failed to do your job, which led me up to the shit that I ended up fucking doing. I'm not about to take responsibility for your guys' failure to do your fucking job as a police department. You failed to do your fucking job. You failed me and my family, which ultimately led me up to being forced to do desperate shit like what I fucking did. Crime or not, it don't fucking matter. The crime don't matter. What matters is you guys fucking failed. You failed me and you failed my family. And you can tell that little fucking prosecutor that I said that to. Because like I said, if that prosecutor tries to come at me, I'll sue them as well. Because they'll be backing up a bunch of fucking internet bullies that pushed me to the brink of doing this shit. And if you got a warrant on me, you can shove that up your ass and go fuck yourself as well with that. Because like I said, you ain't laying a goddamn hand on me. Not one of you. So right now, you have a fucking choice. You can either back the fuck off and leave me and my family alone, and go after Music Biz Marty, or fucking get sued the fuck out of for millions of dollars and be made to look like shit on national television and be exposed for the shit that you fucking did and how you failed to do your motherfucking job.
Well, that's a lot of threats and that's a lot of promises he's making exposed on national television. They're going to owe him millions of dollars, but, you know, we have to wait because the legal system can move a little slow. Yes, he made all these threats over a year ago. No, nothing has ever happened. No documents have ever been filed. No, they've never been on the news. No, he's never seen a dime. But I'm sure it's coming. It's like the episode of South Park with George R.R. Martin and the dragons, and, it's like a pizza analogy, like they're trying to wait for the last season of Game of Thrones or the last Game of Thrones book. And he ordered pizzas and he's telling them about it, and they keep being like, hey, it's been 7 hours, Mr. Martin, are the pizzas? And he's like, look, they're on the way, they're coming, the pizzas are going to be here. So Cyraxx's millions and his lawsuits and the arrests and the indictments and everything in this Rax suit, it's all coming. It's going to take a little while longer, so we just got to cross our fingers and be patient. Do I really think any of that's ever going to happen? No. But you know what we do need to be patient for, because it is actually coming? The homeless arc. I really think we're seeing like the final rattle of Cyraxx being indoors. I don't think it's going to be very much longer. So I'm desperately anticipating the day that we get to see him pushing a shopping cart down the freeway. But until then, that's going to be all the coverage for today. Thank you guys for coming by the channel again. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay indoors, stay away from the goblin, and have a good one.